Welcome to the Vintage Girl Next Door. My name is Laci, and today we're doing a good old-fashioned hairstyle video. I've gotten quite a few questions on how I do my hair and the products that I use, and I do have some hairstyling videos, and I will link those for you in the eye. However, things have changed a little bit since then, so I've thought it would be good to show you kind of my updated method of wet setting my hair and show you my go-to day one hairstyle. So I'm going to show you how I roll my set, the tools that I use, and the products that I use, and we're going to do a little brush out and hairstyle. So if you want to see how I got this look and how I roll my wet set, you're going to want to stick around. First of all, you're going to need a setting lotion, and I recently discovered this Laci Fay with coconut and shea oil. I used to just use regular Laci Fay. This one is better. I will link it for you below. And these curlers, they are foam rollers with a cut up piece of a t-shirt pushed through instead of the plastic. They are much comfier to sleep in. And my friend Vicky actually has a tutorial on how to make them, and I will link that for you. And then you will need a silk scarf. So let's get started. My hair is freshly washed and it is all the way dry. I find it's easier to start out with totally dry hair and then mist it with the setting lotion. And I also feel like it's a lot easier to section my hair and work in sections, and I start at the bottom when I do a wet set. I know that's different. A lot of people start at the top, but this is the easiest way for me. And then I'm just misting some of that setting lotion on, and you can mix it with water if you want. The bottle says you don't have to mix it. It's not a concentrate, but I like to mix it with a little bit of water so that it's not as like heavier on your hair. Now I'm taking my roller and we are rolling everything pretty much under. So I'm just rolling that up, and you want to make sure that your ends are nice and tucked in. And then you just take those two ends of the tie and tie it together. And I usually do 1 to 2 inch sections of hair and mist each section as I go. And like I said, it's easy to miss those ends and have them stick out. In fact, that happened in one of these. You'll probably see it later, but yeah, anyway. My bottom layer, I usually end up with 4 or 5, depending on how I do my sections that day. And you can also use a tail comb to kind of wrap around and make sure that your ends are tucked in. I just kind of used my fingernails this time just because I didn't want to bother with it. The next section, I go kind of a little bit above my ears. I usually end up doing like 4 partings and then the top middle section. So 5 sections total. And I try also to kind of stagger the rollers, if you can kind of see. So I try to do more of like a bricklaying pattern rather than all of them in a row, because then you tend to get some separation when you're trying to brush it out, and I didn't want that. So trying to stagger them row to row. And I'm misting each section. I'm not like getting it super wet, just more on the ends. I'm spraying the whole thing, getting it damp, and then the ends is where I get it a little more wet so it's easier to roll onto the roller that way. Where my hair is so super straight, it's kind of hard to get it to curl around the roller at first. It wants to just stick out, and so that's why I use a little bit more of the setting lotion towards the ends of my hair. Okay, and now with this top section, like I mentioned, I do kind of a square section for the top middle. And so then I'm just going to usually end up rolling one roller on each side and then three, sometimes two in the back, depending on how thick it's feeling. And all of these still rolling down. And now my top section I split into 3 parts and I roll those forward towards my face. And I ran out of the rag curl rollers for the top section, but it doesn't matter because they're on the top and I'm not going to sleep on that. Now I'm taking my silk scarf. This is a vintage one. You can really use whatever. I find the silk is best because then it doesn't pull or like snag on any of your hair. Moves freely against it. I'm just tucking in all of the little ends and all the little rags and then just tying that scarf in the top. You tuck that top of the triangle under and tie it up in a bow and then tuck in the ends and you are ready for a wonderful night's sleep. Oh, good morning. Here are the products for the brush out. I use Sexy Hair, I use Get Layered and the Spray and Play. I use a L'Oreal hair oil and a Garnier hair pomade, my wet brush, and my duckbill clips, as well as a tail comb and a teasing comb. And I can link as much of that below as I can find for you. And now we're just going to remove all the rollers. And I'm not going to show that part because really you just take them out. And here are the curls. It is super curly. That setting lotion works like a charm and it ends up, you know, really tightly curled. So there's a lot of brushing involved. I did not show all of it and I sped through most of the brushing, but just rest assured there was lots of brushing involved. And I go through with the wet brush first. Because it is a very nice detangling brush. And now I'm going in with some of that hair oil and then the pomade. And that helps with frizziness and also the pomade helps with hold as well. And now I am putting in my hair combs and really you can just kind of brush your hair back and then stick them in facing forward, if you can see that. Now I'm going in with my back combing brush and actually use it more for kind of brushing out and smoothing. And I'm alternating that with the Sexy Hair Get Layered hairspray. It's a really nice working hairspray. It's flash drying, so it doesn't make your hair wet when you're using it. And you can see some nice waves are starting to form back there. And now I'm going to do that top section, taking my teasing comb and teasing it in sections up top. And I try to kind of blend the sections together as I tease because I don't want to have weird like separating lines of hair. And now I'm going in with my smoothing brush and just kind of going over that section, spraying down the flyaways, and I'm using my duckbill clips to kind of shape where I want waves and things like that in my style. Adding some more, still using that Get Layered hairspray, working hairspray, and now I'm just kind of fiddling with the ends with those curls, getting them kind of to just shape the way that looks nice to me. Really, there's no rules, just kind of pin it the way that you think it looks nice. And I think for this style I only used like 2 bobby pins and then my hair combs, so really not too bad. And now I'm switching over to the finishing hairspray, and that is the Sexy Hair Spray and Play. And just giving a good spray all over, and now we can take out our duckbill clips. Give it one more spray with those clips out, and this is our finished look. It's pretty quick and easy, really just the time goes in when you're brushing. Here's the back. You can see it's nice fluffy, more kind of natural brushed out wavy curls like the 1940s. I sure hope that you enjoyed this little hair video. I did do a little bit of styling off camera just so that I could see the back of my hair. Let me know in the comments, do you do vintage hairstyles? If so, what is your go-to method? Do you do a wet set? Do you do a curling iron set? Do you roll pin curls? What do you do? Let me know below. I hope that you enjoyed this little style. It is more of a 40s look, and I find that that's a lot easier to do on day one when your wet set and your hair is super curly. It's just a lot easier to do a 40s look on that first day, so that's kind of what I did, and I've been loving it lately. It's really easy and quick to do. Just depending on how curly your hair is, you might have to do a lot of brushing. So other than that, pretty simple. Let me know in the comments what other kind of beauty videos you'd like to see, any hair, makeup, things like that. Please let me know. I have done a lot of them, but it's been a long time. So I'm sure things have changed since then a little bit. So if you want an updated version of any of those videos, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And thanks so much for being here. I sure appreciate each and every one of you for being here with me on my channel. And if you have not subscribed already, please do so. I'd love to have you around for more of our vintage fun. If you like vintage hair and beauty videos, give this one a thumbs up, and I will be sure to make some more of this kind of content for you. And I hope that you're safe and well wherever you are in the world. I'm sending you all my love, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye!